Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get it. Let's go. I said, yo, bro, that man was back there being the #1 to the dude, bro. I said, bro, listen, the CEO was posted up like this, like he was watching the other part. He didn't even see me. I said, bro, open the door. I look, bro got his back to me, bro. Bro got his pants down his ankles, and he's being the #1 I said, man, I looked up and seen COM. COM was like this. Pause this, y'all. I'm sorry for the vivid stuff. Pause. On everything, I catch him red-handed. I'm like, my homeboy was like, did he see you? I'm like, nah, bro. I said, nah, he ain't see me, bro. I said, nah, man. I said, I dipped. I said, bro, as soon as I say that, John, I dipped, bro. I said, man, I ain't even tell my son. He was like, yo, that junk crazy, man. I was like, man, that junk wild. So he called, exit out for breakfast. We start leaving for breakfast. We walking. Bro just came, bro was like, man, you sure? I was like, man, listen, man. I was like, man, on everything, bro. I said, bro, I seen him. I said, bro, I went back there to see if I can catch him getting the package. I said, bro, that's why I went back there. I said, I was about to dip after I was hollering at Ish. I said, bro, I go to the booth. The CEO tell me that she think they in the back over there because she said the back door is open in 4-8. You know what I mean? So, you know, she look around and see. So I have to walk. I said, bro, I was like, nah, I'm about to catch this nigga in that. I said, nah, I'm about to go catch him red-handed getting this package game. My word, I walked back there, bro. I said, man, I opened the door all silently. I said, man, bro had his pants down to his ankles, man. Being the #1 I said, bro, on everything, bro. He was like, bro, that's crazy right there. He's like, so you trying to tell me, like, he ain't trying to get the package out this dude, and he got this dude watching his meat? Like, yo, they wild for real. They probably a couple the whole time. I'm like, man, that's crazy. I was like, man, I noticed how, I said, bro, when you said something about the CEO that day, bro, and how you don't see how he talking to the CEO and all of that. I said, bro, I picked his whole movements when you said that. I said, he got down his whole stance, his whole facial expression, everything that looked like he was angry, like he was defending that guy. That's word. He was like, that's junk crazy. He was like, man, so COM shake, rattle, and roll. I'm like, man, he got to. He got to shake, rattle, and roll. I said, man, he was watching the man. He was watching the man get his rocks off. Pause. I said, he was watching him, man. He was like, that's crazy. He do shake, rattle. I said, man, I said, it's so crazy. I said, because COM don't even look like he shake, rattle, and roll. I said, man, the man don't look like he shake, he don't act like he shake, rattle, and roll. That's what made this joint crazy, man. So we just was like, yo, this joint wild. So we get into the chow hall, we get our tray. We talked about it all the way till we got our tray. So we didn't even, we made it our business to be last because we didn't want nobody to be at the table while we was talking about this. So we came in last. Everybody didn't even come eat anyway. So me and him was able to get to a table. It was just us two. So we get to the table. We still like, yo, bro. I was like, yo, bro, man, it's just wild, bro. I was like, man, I ain't never witnessed nothing like that, bro. That junk crazy, man. I was like, man, like a CO dude, though. Like, I was like, that's crazy. That's next level of freakiness right there, bro. That man being the #1 to a dude, a CO dude. I was like, this is wild right here, bro. I said, this next level freakiness right there, bro. He was like, man, jump crazy. So as we talking, we hear the door open. Poof, we hear all the wind. The wind blew in because it was winter time. We hear the wind. Like when the door opened, the wind, you can feel the wind hit the chow hall. You catch a quick chill. The wind opened, the wind hit us. Whoosh. That's where I looked. It was I was coming to the chow hall. He came down a little because there's a little line and we got to make it right. He was like, you seen us? He was like, what they got? Yeah, man. Y'all ain't come get me. Why y'all ain't come wake me up for breakfast, man? Y'all just gonna let me oversleep, man? Man, you know I went to sleep late last night, Weezy. I said, yeah, I bet you did. He was like, what? I said, nah, bro, I thought you was going to chow, bro. He was like, nah. So he get his tray, come sit down. He acting like everything regular. He eating his breakfast. He punishing the oatmeal. He like, what's up? What y'all? Everything good? I ain't interrupt no conversation or nothing, did I? I was like, nah, we good. Like, for real, I lied right then and there. because I didn't really know how to handle this, man. Like, for one, I felt bad. A little bit, slightly, pause, not like that. Like, I felt bad for like accusing the man of getting a package this whole time. But the whole time he was feeding the man his package, pause. That's what he was doing. So it wasn't no type of la, nothing like that being brought in the whole time. The whole time, this convict was just trying to get freaky with another guy. So basically, my man shake, rattle, and roll, man. So I'm like, this junk crazy. So that's why I spun him. I spun him because I was I was wrong about the sack. But now this man the whole time shake, rattle, and roll. So I'm trying to eat my food. I promise you, I'm trying to eat my food. And like, he's just the wittiest one at the table. You know, it's early in the morning. Nobody's really like talking. Like, me and bro was having a full-blown conversation. But now that he's at the table, it's over with now. So like, we back in like early morning mode. So I'm just grab my sausage link. I'm like, pause. I'm like, eating. Oatmeal game. Like, he like, yeah, man, I'm tired, man. I'm watching this movie last night. Like, when he took the shower, like that, I was like, shh. He just going. I'm just hearing him go. I'm like, shh. I couldn't help it no more. Y'all was like, maybe it is past. I was like, yeah, I already knew that, but I ain't had to scam my bro back in the day though, man. Like, crazy, man. I was like, man, I don't even want this trade anymore. I'm ready to dip, man. No, I was like, you don't want that sausage link? I'm like, bro, like, yeah, I want my sausage link, bro. Like, you want no pause there, but pause, bro. You don't need to be saying nothing about no sausage links, bro. Like, you want to see old dude? I don't know what y'all got going on. This is what I'm thinking though. Like, nah, I want my jump. So I get up, punish my jump. I'm like, man, he punish the jump. So he kind of like, when he seen me kind of like, I seen him look at me like, well, by the time I was, maybe it is past. I was like, he was like, he gave me a look. I was like, so they let us out. You know what I mean? So it's time to go. They let us out. So we all walking back. Of course, he's walking back with us. I don't know what to say to this man, but he's right there. He's walking right beside me, y'all. I'm like, he like, hey, Weezy, what time did you end up dipping last night? I remember you was talking to Ish. What time you end up dipping last night? I was like, man, I had been dipped, bro. He was like, for real? He said, because I asked the lady in the booth. She said you had came out and asked where I was at. I was like, yeah, that's when I first ain't see you out there, bro. I slid, bro. I was gone, bro. Ish taught me to death. My homeboy like, my homeboy hit one of them jumps. He was like, I seen bro look like, he looked, but he didn't know what it was about. So I'm like, yeah, but I'm lying though. Like, it's hard for me to lie to somebody I deal with because it ain't gonna feel genuine. I could be good at lying when it's time to, like if it's something like life or something like that, but like lying to your homeboy like about something like this is crazy. Like, but for real, he's not really my homeboy like that no more, man. Because if you lie about something like this, man, who knows what else you gonna lie about, y'all? So boom, we get back to the building, man. I'm just trying to deal with this situation. I'm trying to deal with this situation because I already know if I holler at my roommate about this, I already know what his idea is gonna be. You know what I mean? Not saying it was gonna be a bad idea because I was already thinking the idea. I just wasn't trying to like just mess around with nothing, period, man. Like I ain't want to do nothing. I ain't gonna lie. So I was like, man, you know what, man? I ain't tell my celly all day. This is my guy when I'm hollering, man. So I tell my celly, oh, Petty, I know Petty. When we got locked down, I'm like, yo, bro, let me holler at you. He was like, what's up? I'm like, yo, bro, listen, bro, on everything, bro. Listen, bro, on everything. You know, when I say that, that's a lot. I'm like, yo, bro, look. Last night I was downstairs working, bro. I was like, say word, bro. When Nod dipped off, bro. He dipped off with the COM. He was like, who's COM? I was like, you know the dude that we was trying to get him to bring the pack? He was like, oh yeah, the slim young boy. I said, yeah. I said, look. I said, man. I said, this word. I said, bro. After I let Ish talk me to death, bro. I said, I went and asked the CO where bro was at. She was like, she don't know, but the 4A back door was open. So I said, I walked to 4B back door. I said, bro, listen, my word, bro. I said, man, I popped the door open, not loud. I said, I just pushed it open a little bit. I said, I looked. I said, I seen bro right there with his pants down his ankles, man, being the number one dunner. The number one. He said, what? I said, bro, listen, everything. He said, man, you lying, bro. I said, man, everything, bro. He said, man, COM? I said, yeah. He was like, oh, so they mess around with each other. Like, that was so new to us. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of maniac convicts took advantage of this right here, man. Because you might have some wandering-eyed guys that just know how to hide it. Like, they got to be extra tough because they work there. They see naked bodies on daily. They see spreading their cheeks, paws. They see nuts being lifted up. They see all of this stuff. But they going to be standing there like they the toughest of the tough COs. Yeah, I'm tough. But the whole time they shake, rattle, and roll. See, I can't stand them because they no threat to me. They no threat for me to scan them. I scanned one CO in my past. Story on the way about that. But I never really had to scan COs, man, to find out if they were psychomaniac, shake, rattler, and rollers, predators on the low, y'all. So boom. So at the end of the day, man, like COM kind of like was flying under the radar with this shit. But I looked at my roommate and I seen him being an evil genius in his thoughts. He was like, hey, bro, you know what, though? I'm like, what? He was like, man, for real? Man, we should make him bring the pack, man. I'm like, what you mean make him bring the pack? He was like, yo, bro, listen. I know for a fact, don't nobody know he doing that, bro. I know for a fact. I know for a fact, bro. He was like, man, listen, I guarantee you, if you say something to bro, man, you say something to him, bro, that man will do anything for you not to put his secret out there, bro. I'm like, I'm not really good at holding those type of secrets, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a predator scanner, man. Like, I have a predator scanner installed in my brain. Like, I'm not good at holding those type of secrets, man. I'm like, man, like, bro, that ain't gonna work. He was like, man, I'm telling you, bro. He said, I bet you make them bring that back. He said, I bet you he can bring that back, bro. What you want to bet, bro? I said, bro, so what you want me to pull up on him and tell him? He said, bro, he back there wilding out to the CO, jacking off to the CO, bro. He said, man, he back there being the #1 stunner to the CO, bro. What you mean, bro? That's doing the unthinkable, bro. He said, man, that's worse than shake, rattle, and roll with a boy. I said, man, I don't know, bro. He was like, man, I'm telling you, bro, the man don't want that to get out. The man don't want that to get out because he said, for one, you already know we falling back off him. You know what I mean? Everybody gonna know why we fell back off him, bro. So I'm like, I started thinking, I'm like, bro, I don't think it. He was like, man, I'm telling you, and this is why I was trying to avoid my selling. Because I just was gonna leave it like, let sleeping dogs lie. But still though, like he still wasn't be able to, like, I'm not gonna be messing with the la with you no more or none of that. I'm already mad that he came around a couple times. You know what I mean? I did the scanner game on this dude and said maybe in his past. I gotta deal with this, y'all, man. I was like, man, forget it, bro. I was like, look, I'm gonna go holler at him, bro. I was like, cause I do want the package, bro. I'm trying to get some bro. I said, I know for a fact COM will bring the package. I said, he probably just won't even ask him because the whole time he was shake, rattle, and roll with him. He was like, man, Weezy, look, just tell him, bro, go outside, y'all walk some laps. I said, man, I don't want to walk no laps with him, man. He was like, no, bro, listen, bro, this y'all too. Nobody else. It's y'all too, bro. I guarantee you, bro, he gonna do it, bro. So I'm like, all right, bro, I'm gonna see what's going on, man. So he said, stand by for outside rep. Stand by for outside rep. You know what I mean? We just came back from breakfast a little bit later. I'm like, I'm gonna go outside, even though it's cold a little bit. You know what I mean? I came out, I looked. I seen bro sitting in his bed. I was like, yo, you going outside, dog? He was like, you going out? I was like, yeah, bro, I'm gonna go out here and walk some laps, give me some air, man, stretch my legs, man. He was like, all right, I'm gonna come out there with you. You know what I mean? I went, oh, while you going out, home? I was like, nah, I ain't going out. I'm about to get a haircut. I'm like, all right. So it's me and Nah, you know what I mean? It was perfect. So he exit out. So I dip out. I'm standing at the door waiting for him. He finally come out of his cell. So we hit the steps. You know what I mean? Go downstairs. We go to the rep. We got the yard two. We got me yard two. Over here by 4 buildings. So we go in the yard, walking. You know what I mean? After like 3 laps, I was like, man, let's go over here, man. You know what I mean? We pulled over like by the back door where dudes be hitting the beats at rapping. Dudes be messing with the la. So we pulled up over there. I put my back to the jump. So he like right there. He like, what's good? I was like, man, ain't nothing, man. He's like, man, shh. He's like, man, COM supposed to let me move a bunch of stuff tonight. Yeah, man. I was like, shh. Went in my pocket. I was like, pulled out the joint already rolled up. Feezy game. I'm like, let that joint. I was like, he like, dang, is you gonna pass it off, Weezy? I'm like, nah. He like, oh, I can't mess with the la no more with you. I'm like, nah. He like, man, stop playing. And he reached for it. I was like, yo, bro, back up, bro. What's wrong with you, bro? He was like, oh, you serious? I'm like, yeah. I was like, look, I need to holler at you too. He was like, what? I said, look, bro. I said, listen, man. You might as well don't even lie to me, bro. Like, cause I'm telling you, bro, I seen it, bro. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I need you to be honest with me. Can we make a deal on that? He was like, make a deal on what? I said, bro, just like I said, if I be honest with you, what I'm about to say, can you be honest with me? He was like, yeah, come on with it. What you talking about? Come on with it. I said, bro, listen, bro. Before I went back upstairs yesterday, bro, I said, I came to the back closet. I said, I opened the door. I said, I seen you with your pants down to your ankles. And I seen you gunning the CO, bro. He was like, I mean, what? What's the problem with that? I ain't do nothing to pull the gun on his ass. What? I was like, what? I said, bro, what the hell is wrong with you, bro? He said, man, I ain't do nothing to pull the wood out on his ass. Yeah, he like looking at wood. I said, man, you must, man. So you trying to tell me, bro, you shake, rattle, and roll, bro? He was like, nah. Not with nobody in penitentiary. I was like, what? He said, not with nobody in penitentiary. I said, bro, listen, bro. If you shake, rattle, and roll, you shake, rattle, and roll, bro. Do you shake, rattle, and roll? He was like, yeah, it was COM. I was like, what? He said, yeah. He said, yeah, man. He said, I know you knew the whole time. He said, I was waiting for you to say something, man. I said, well, I'm saying something now, and this is what I'm telling you right now. COM need to bring some la-la in here, man. He was like, you ain't gonna say nothing. I was like, bro, listen, don't nobody. He said, you told your son. He said, I can tell how funny bro was at in that breakfast this morning. You told him. I said, I ain't tell them. I said, I ain't tell him nothing. I said, I ain't tell him nothing. You know, it's early in the morning. I'm lying through my teeth. I said, bro, you know, it's early in the morning, bro. Dudes don't even be in the mood to be talking. I said, I ain't tell nobody nothing, bro. He was like, man, I ain't trying to get him fired, man. That's my boo. I was like, what? He was like, I was like, eh. He was like, what the hell? I was like, I snapped down. I was like, I already stand him. I was like, bro, look, bro. Bro, look, bro, listen. I don't care what y'all do. I don't care what y'all do, bro. And I said, I'm gonna give you my good word. I said, I don't care what y'all do, bro. And I'm gonna tell you like this. Nobody's gonna find out about what you're doing, bro. Look, just bring the pack, bro. Just get him to bring the pack, bro. He was like, nah, bro. I don't want to get him fired. I said, bro, listen, bro. I said, you know, once everybody in the crew find out that you shake, rattle, and roll, bro. I said, you know, everybody gonna fall back on you. Everybody gonna be like, oh, why y'all fall back off Nod? We gonna be like, because he shake, rattle, and roll, bro. We're not gonna lie about it, bro. I said, bro, we can all get past this. Everybody can be happy. I said, you can continue to shake, rattle, and roll. I said, now I'm gonna fall back. You can continue to shake, rattle, and roll. I said, bro, get him to bring some la-la, bro. He was like, man, look, man. Man, like we locked in, like me and him all the way tied in. Like when I go home, I'm like, me and him gonna be cool. He like my best friend. You know what I mean? I got a girl and everything. But he gonna be like my best friend, so ain't nobody gonna know. Don't nobody. I said, man, listen, I don't want the details about y'all niggas being psychos, bro. I said, all I want is the la-la, bro. I said, can you get him to bring the la-la, bro? He was like, I'm gonna tell him you know. Because he was already speculating that you probably know anyway. I said, man, listen, man, I don't want to talk to that nigga, bro. I just want the la-la, man. Like straight up, can you do that, man? Like, what's good, bro? I said, now, like we can make other moves, bro. Now it's up to you. What you want to do? He was like, no, I'm gonna do it because I ain't trying to mess up what I got going on. He was like, but look, yeah, it's the only time it's gonna happen. It's the only time it's gonna happen. I'm like, bro, listen, I'll be the judge of that, bro. I don't want to hear that, bro. Like, yo, you got a roller, bro. Like, you talking about going home to a dude and all this shit. I said, bro, you wild for this, bro. I said, you wild as hell for that. He was like, how? I said, bro, because you was a chameleon, bro. I said, you was right up on our noses, bro, the whole time, bro. You was a shake, rattle, and roll specialist, bro. I said, you took it to a whole new level by gunning the CO down. I said, you wildin', bro. I said, man, this is nuts right here, man. I said, bro, listen, bro. Like I said, we even, bro, if you get the la-la, bro. He said, man, I'm going to go holler at him tonight. And I'm gonna tell him, you know. I said, I don't give a fuck, bro. Just get the la-la. And I just walked away on his ass. I gave his ass to Denzel, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. What is wrong with you, y'all? I ain't got no more conversation. So, boom. Well, do your job. How is wrong with you, bro? So, goddamn, when it was late night and it was time for us to work, I was watching every move. Down right, I was down there. The hallway, I'm every goddamn well. I look up, I see him and COM talking. I know this is the conversation, you know what I mean? I see COM look up at me. Gave me like a little, you know what I mean? I'm like, get that la-la, nigga. Next conversation better be Weezy. What's the number to the peoples? If I ain't hearing that, then, bro, like real shit, bro, your secret is not a secret no more. And I know this was petty, but we in penitentiary, man. Like, I'm trying to get la-la. Like, you wasting time, bro, by hanging with us all this time, and the whole time you was a shake, rattle, and roll specialist. You got caught being a shake, rattle, and roll specialist, bro, so you got to pay for that, bro, because I don't hang with shake, rattle, and roll specialists, bro. So at the end of the day, just bring the la-la and we cool. So I don't want to hear nothing else. So I go out the hallway, I look up, see him come out the slider right behind me. I'm like, fruit ass. Like, I turn around, I'm like, he like, nah, told me everything. He looking out the window the whole time he talking to me though. He looking out like out the 3 building. He like, nah, told me everything. Bribery, huh? I'm like, what? He like, bribery, huh? I'm like, man, look. I ain't, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't trying to hear that, bro. I ain't really trying to hear that. Like, no offense. I was like, look, you ain't trying to get no money? You ain't trying to get no money. That's what you telling me? You don't want no money? He was like, it ain't about the money. It's about that I met my best friend. I met my soulmate, man. And I don't want to ruin it, man, by bringing drugs into prison. I was like, man, listen, bro, I'm not trying to hear all that shit, man. This shit sound like a goddamn Sally Jesse Raphael show, bro. The Young and the Restless, Bold and Beautiful. I said, I don't want to hear none of that shit, man. I said, bro, listen, just bring the la-la, bro. I said, look, just bring the la-la. Just bring the la-la, man. He was like, I told nah, there's a plan B. I was like, what? Plan B? He was like, yeah. I told him, he was like, look, you about to mess up what we got going on. I don't want to do nothing like that. I'm telling you, it's gonna. I said, man, look, I'm not trying to hear that shit. I'm not trying to, respectfully, man. You know what I mean? I just moved out the way. I went up the stairs and I gave his ass the Denzel. Fuck out my way. I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. Go do your damn job. So boom. The hell? Just caught both of y'all shake, rattling, and rolling, man. Y'all gonna do something, man. Pause. I want la-la. That's all I want. You know what I mean? So I go back upstairs, you know what I mean? My roommate like, what do you say? I'm like, he talk like he don't want to do it. I said, bro, that's something, bro. You know what I mean? So I dipped up early, you know what I mean? So I'm downstairs sitting, I'm upstairs, I'm down back in 3D, just sitting at the table, kicking with somebody else. I look up, I see Nah come back in through the door from downstairs. He see me, he pull up, he was like, hey, me holler at you. I'm like, what's up? He was like, man, look. He gonna bring some la-la. He gonna bring some la-la, man. But he ain't meeting your peoples though, he gonna bring his own la-la. I'm like, what? He gonna bring his own la-la? He like, yeah, he gonna bring his own la-la. I was like, man, look, man, nah, that's not the deal, bro. He said, you want la-la or not? I'm like, man, shh. I'm like, yo, man, like for real, bro, like, nah, I ain't really feeling that. I want to get my la-la, bro. You know what I mean? I said, I got somebody out where he can meet, bro. You know what I mean? I said, I want my own la-la. He said, man, look, if I do this for you, can you just leave us alone after this? Can you leave us alone after this? Like, he got real serious. Like, his voice was, like, I felt this pain. Like, he kind of like, if I do this for you right here, would you just leave us alone? So I'm like, man, look, bro. Like, man, just get the la-la, bro. That was my answer, y'all. So, boom. That's word. I know that's petty, man. But look, just get the la-la, man. I ain't trying to hear that, man. So he like, all right, give me your people's number. I'm like, man, look, I don't want no games with this shit, man. I'm letting you know now I don't want no games, man. He's like, I ain't gonna be no games, man. But it's only gonna be this one time right here. It's only gonna be this one time right here. I was like, man, look, bro, like real shit, bro. Like, you wildin', man. I was like, for real, man. Niggas asking, like, why you ain't been around, none of that shit, bro. I was like, man, for real, bro. Like, I mean, you don't want to do the la-la, bro. Just, like, I'm gonna just tell niggas what you get into, bro. Like, it's, you know, I'm a petty bitch, but I'm like, yo, bro, if you don't bring the la-la, bro, like, real shit, nigga, like, he like, man, look, man, like, real talk, man. I just wish you would have never saw us that night, man. I was like, bro, listen, man, I just wish, goddamn, you was never hanging around me, nigga, smoking feces with me, nigga. How about that, nigga, the whole time? He said, I told you I ain't shake, rattle, and roll on the street. I said, you was shake, rattle, and rolling with the CO. The fuck, nigga? I don't give a fuck about no street, nigga, and I don't believe you about that either, nigga. The fuck? I said, you already know the count. He was like, what? I said, nigga, just get the la-la. What's wrong with you, man? He was like, man, just give me the information, man. I mean, I gave it to him, bro. Slid. You know what I mean? I look up, he shoot out the pond again. You know what I mean? Dip out. I don't see him no more. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, you better call my peoples. I know that. I want some la-la. When this nigga come back to work, the nighttime tomorrow, nigga, I want la-la, y'all. So boom. I'm not trying to hear all of that. I want the la-la, man. A little bit of time going on. We come out for breakfast. He come out for breakfast. I see, bro, he don't come eat with us. You know what I mean? He looking like he don't want to come near me no more. If they don't know, like, yo, what's up with Nah? He good? I'm like, yeah, that nigga good. Yeah. I was like, yeah, I should be good too. You should be good. I'm like, yeah, I should be good later on. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, but like, look, bro, da da da. You know what I mean? Come out for breakfast. I hop on the phone. We come out for rap. Call my people. So you. Like, yeah, bro, some old skinny goddamn baby Bill Cartwright looking ass nigga in the face come pulling up in an old ass Cavalier. Goddamn, yeah, bro, like, you know what I mean? Everything good though, bro. I was like, yeah, that was the same nigga I was gonna get to holler at you at first. We was trying to put something together, but the nigga couldn't make the play. So he was like, yeah. I was like, bro, he look nervous and shit though. He was like, I mean, a nigga look alright, bro, you know what I mean? I'm like, man, alright, man, you know what I mean? I just left it at that, but bro said it was touchdown. You know what I mean? Bro sent me that half a zipperooski in the joint, you know what I mean? That's all he really had. It was a free joint. My man been holding for me to get half a zip game. I was like, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? So bro made the play for me. So now COM got the shit. So I'm just waiting for the shit to come back in. So I'm chilling, you know what I mean? The whole day. Bro don't say shit to me. So like probably about right before shit change, I pull up on him like, hey, look. He like, what's up? I say, yo, look, man, I holler at my peoples, man. My people say, yo, the nigga COM got the shit. He was like, I know you do what I tell him to do. I told you that's my boo, man. Yeah, that's my best friend, man. I'm going home to fuck with him. I was like, bro, listen. Save me the details, bro, on your shake, rattle, and roll skills, bro. I don't want to hear that, bro. I'm just letting you know that the package has been delivered, so that means you got to do your job. He was like, I'm going to do my job. And after this, we even, right? I'm like, bro, listen, bro. Let's get the la-la. Just get the la-la, bro. We're asking me questions, bro. Like, I'll determine everything from here, man. Like, I am in control. That's what this prison shit is about, man. It's about playing chess. Even sometimes you got to take the gloves off. Pause. Like, this what goes down, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I give y'all reality stories. I give y'all shit like, you know what I mean? I got to be the winner. You know what I mean? I'm not proud of a lot of the shit that I've done and did in there, man. But at the end of the day, it has to be done, y'all. You know what I mean? So I'm not even mad. So, bro, heard what I said. He already know the count. So shift change came, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, COM is here. You know what I mean? So I ain't say that. But he downstairs anyway. He ain't working up our jump like that. So he downstairs. So do the same thing. Let that lady open all the doors of the people that gotta work. Come out. He shoot downstairs. You know what I mean? He see me. Goddamn. He pull up on me. He was like, here, give me the jump. I was like, what's this? He was like, that's the jump. I grabbed it. I could tell by the size of it, pause, that it was something, it was the nice size bit of lala. You know what I mean? It was a nice size bit of lala, but we don't have no scale. My man said he was sending me a half a zip. I get the jump, put it in my pocket. I shoot straight back upstairs. I go back upstairs. I'm going to say, I tell my roommate, you was right, nigga. Fuck, nigga, you was right. Look. He was like, oh, you put a play. I was like, yeah, damn right. I said, yeah, you was right. You was right. He was like, I told you, nigga. He said, watch, they gonna start bringing it. I said, nah, this nigga talking about one-time deal, bro. He said, you agree to that? I said, fuck no. I said, man, but look, goddamn, you know what I mean? I was like, man, this shit crazy. So everything went smooth. So goddamn, next morning come, you know what I mean? We down that joint after breakfast, blowing it down. Pause, me and my homeboys, me and my two homeboys and my roommate. We blowing it down. So all three of us, my roommate know, I know, and my other homeboy know. Another dude from Norfolk didn't know what was going on. Now, he's a psycho, you know what I mean? But he didn't know what was going on. So we down that joint blowing the shit. This word. Goddamn, my homeboy, he all lit up. He opened his fucking mouth. He's like, hey, man, this shit goddamn crazy, man. Scouts goddamn, Weezy goddamn, the nigga catch the nigga goddamn shit rattling, rolling in the closet. He was like, who? He was like, nah. So we was all laughing. I was like, what? I was like, this nigga here. I was like, yo, bro. He was like, oh, he don't know. I'm like, fuck no, he don't know, bro. What the fuck is you doing? He was like, my homeboy was like, nah, shit rattling, roll. I'm like, shh. I said, bro, I caught that nigga in the closet. I said, guess who we shit rattling, rolling with? He said, who? I said, man, COM that worked downstairs. He was like, what? He said, man, the whole time this nigga fucking gay under my nose. I said, bro, look. I said, bro, listen, I'm making them pay. I'm making them pay for this shit. You know what I mean? Right now. I said, bro, I told that nigga had to bring the package, bro. You know what I mean? Or his secret was gonna be out. You know what I mean? I said, I had to eat to his dumb ass. He was like, nah, fuck that. That shit ain't enough. He got up. He was like, hey, you still fucking with this nigga? I said, I'm trying. So he said, man, I'm gonna make sure this nigga fucking with us and he gonna have to bring it back for this nigga lying to me like that. So he got the door open. Yeah, he walked out. He seen that nigga. Nah, he was like, hey, let me holler at you right quick. Nah, I was like, what's up? He was like, come in here. I was like, Lord, man. So he come in the joint. Nah, I walk in the cell. Bro was like, hey, nigga, you shake, rattle, and roll, nigga. Nah, I was like, he looked at me like, you motherfucker. I was like, the nigga was like, what you talking about, man? He was like, nigga, you fucking the CO, nigga? That nigga was like, why, nigga? What you wanna fuck him? As soon as he said that, my homeboy caught him. Boom! Man, that's word. One hit a quarter. He dropped, look, man, he dropped Nah, dumbass. Boom! Man, he dropped that nigga. Boom! That nigga hit the ground. Boom! Hit the bed. Boom! Nigga was stretched out like this. I was like, oh shit, Cell ain't even that big. My homeboy like, nigga, who the fuck you talking to, nigga? Fuck around with you, nigga. You should have told us you do that shit, nigga. Oh, you give me the option, nigga, to hang with you and you shake, rattle, and roll, nigga. Fuck around with you. That nigga was on the ground, fucked up. I'm like, oh shit. And nigga like, man, yo, my homeboy was like, man, get this nigga the fuck out my cell. So we trying to get the nigga up. We get him up. Get the nigga out the cell. Word, like, man, get this nigga out the fucking cell. Man, nigga got it. And he was like, and he looked at me again. I read his brain. He was like, Weezy, you petty bitch. So boom. We got him out. We moved him. You know what I mean? Got his ass away from my man cell. So he was just sitting down there at the table. That nigga was like still like he was trying to get his thoughts together. Dude was pulling up on him like, yo, you high? He like, swear he just got dropped, dude. Man, my homeboy dropped his dumb ass in the room talking crazy as a bitch. So I just was like, man, I don't give a fuck what happened after this. Got the half a zip. I don't care what happened after this. So we went back and party some more. Laugh at that shit. Like, yo, this dumb ass nigga. We laughed at this shit. So he get it. So he sat at the table. He didn't say shit. You know what I mean? We even went to dinner. He didn't go to dinner. When we came back from dinner, he was in his room. He wasn't fucking with nobody. So you on the bed rest, bro. You got knocked the fuck out. You on the bed rest, nigga. You know what I mean? But I knew he was thinking like, yo, Weezy a petty bitch. So I'm in the John like, this shit crazy, man. So they did count. So when they counted, my word, after they counted, you hear this, you look, you see the COs coming in. They come in, got down, went straight to his cell. You see bro coming out the joint, no handcuffs game. Door, I'm looking, I'm like, this nigga, I was like, oh, this pussy ass nigga leaving. I was like, oh, we checking in? I was like, oh, this nigga checking in. This shit, I was like, oh, this nigga checking in. This shit crazy as a bitch. So he walk out the pod and he walked straight next door. He went right next door to the next pod, which is the hole. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh shit. So niggas like, yo, bro went to the Bing. You know what I mean? So to this day, a lot of people don't even know about this story because I didn't really put that. Just the niggas, my niggas, we knew about this shit. We didn't put that nigga on blast like that. You know what I mean? Like I didn't. Now I don't know. I don't know if nobody else did. I'm gonna say I didn't. But nobody really knew in the beginning. You know what I mean? So he slid. Man, the man checked in, man. So look, when I went to go work, I ain't even go over that bitch. I ain't even go over that bitch because I'm still dirty. I don't know what he gonna do, if he gonna tell. I don't know what. But I see this nigga COM. I tell the nigga, I say, hey, look. He was like, what? I was like, what? I was like, look, man, calm your ass down, man. Hell is wrong with you, man? Your goddamn black dude off Street Fighter looking at us. That's when I started telling him. I said, yo, look. I said, we can still do business, bro. Like, goddamn. I said, no, you know what I mean? I said, bro, you trying to get no money? We can still do business, bro. He was like, I don't do my business like that. And this my last week working here. It's like, what? He was like, this my last week working here. Enjoy that la-la. And he walked away on me, y'all. I was like, enjoy the la-la. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, man, well, fuck you there, nigga. Goddamn, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. Fuck that situation. Act like everything was normal, you know what I mean? So I ain't say shit. I'm ducking bro like 3 days straight. I ain't go next door to 3C. You know what I mean? Because that's what Nod at, you know what I mean? So niggas already telling me he over there. So I ain't go over there and I don't even look at his fucking face. You know what I mean? So the CO ain't up dipping. I don't see COM no more. After like 3 days, he dipped. That nigga was gone. That nigga disappeared. This my word, man. Goddamn, probably like on a week later. Goddamn, after about a little bit, I had about a little bit of the la-la left. But I sold some, looked out. That shit was like a party pack, man. I ain't even gonna lie. I finally went over to 3C. That nigga was in cell 14. Like, as soon as you come in the pod, you can make eye contact with this nigga. So I see the nigga was standing at the door, and it was like, and they seen me, and it was like, hey, Weezy. Looking like, I know this nigga ain't calling me, man. I'm like, you let me holler at you. I'm like, what's up? I get like this. I was like, this nigga might try to throw some doo-doo or some shit, some pee. I'm like this. I'm like, what's up? I ain't cross his line. I'm like, what's up? He like, nah, everything good. I just want to let you know, ain't no need for you to be trying to holler at my boo-boo because he quit. Yeah, he quit. Yeah, he quit. So that's a wrap. So I told you it was going to be one thing and you fucked it up. So now I got to wait it out in the hole to go on. I said, man, I don't want to hear none of that shit, man. He was like, oh yeah, one more thing. Yeah, he suitcased that la-la when he brought it in. I was like, what? He said he put it in his ass, Weezy. Yeah, the very thing you don't like. I was like, see, bro knew that. Bro know I don't mess around. If you come out from the VI, you someone that put it in the tutor, I'm not messing around with it. Like, I don't get jiggy with that. When I told you I was stuck looking at this nigga like, Because being such a thirst monster to get the Lala in, I never even thought. But you know, I'm thinking the CO gonna slam it. But this nigga shake, rattle, and roll. So of course he might slam it. I'm like, he was like, you wanted it in, right? I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah. Well, he had to slam it. I'm like, I looked at his face and he was like, he backed him off his door. He was like, he had an apple right there. He was like, I'm looking at this nigga like, and this nigga just weak. I'm like, I ain't even had no kickback for you. I was just like, this motherfucker, man. Went back to the park. I was like, I sat down on my bed. My room was like, what's up? I'm like, and say word, the nigga just told me that the police that brought the nigga COM brought this shit in his buttocks, bro. He was like, what? He was like, CO don't do it. He was like, I was like, man, this nigga shake, rattle, and roll though. He was like, oh yeah. I was like, man, they just told me that shit. I was like, I had like a little, I was like, I don't even want to sell this to that nigga. I flushed that shit down the toilet. I was probably like a ball like this big, probably like 5 feces. I was like, man, fuck this shit, man. I was like, oh, I felt violated. Pause. Like, I wasn't prepared for that one right there, man. But he got his get back, man. Like, it felt crazy. Like, I usually win, but I felt like he won and I lost, man, because I had to smoke the goddamn Lala that came out the goddamn tutor. Like, that was wild right there, y'all, man. I felt bad for a while after that shit, man. But bro got transferred, man. I guess they went on the street and lived happily ever after because the COM never came back, man. Real shit. If he would, I probably would spit in his goddamn face, man. But for real, he never came back, man. But that shit was wild. And that was a crazy situation. But that's the end of the damn story, though. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Y'all know the count, man. Stay our ass out the way, man. Our family needs us, man. The people that loves you, they need you not to leave them, man. So stay out the way. Please, man. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is a Tuesday banger game. So why did y'all do this one? Like, subscribe, let's get it. Let's go. But y'all be safe and stay your ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes.